Welcome to the Man United stream. Hope you're doing well. It's a sunny Friday morning, and what a difference 24 hours could make. I mean, last night I was sat there, I was joyful. I was so excited, so just full of energy, waiting for the next couple of hours and days, and I was just so happy because I knew Man United were on the verge of signing another player this summer transfer window. Yes, Bryan Mbeumo, the guy that everyone's sick of hearing the name of, yes? And in fact, I don't even know if I'm pronouncing his name properly, but who cares? Right now, we are waiting on the verge of this big signing, and it looks like Man United have moved very close, a step closer to getting this done. Yesterday we had breaking news that Man United made a huge bid of 70 million, that includes add-ons, for Bryan Mbeumo, and it was kind of a shock because most of us thought that United might be looking to walk away on this deal or might be looking to just strong arm Brentford, but look, lots changed in the transfer market. It gets complicated. There's lots of other things going on behind the scenes that we might not fully understand. But in today's show, we'll be going through that and lots more. We're going to be talking about transfers, talking about Jadon Sancho, talking about Marcus Rashford, Emi Martinez coming to United from Aston Villa. Could be a possibility. The new goalkeeper. We're also talking about a new striker, Sesko. Could he be our saviour? This is absolutely exciting times for Man United fans. So make sure you stick around, guys. Make sure you hit the like button on this video. And if you're not already a subscriber to the Man United stream channel, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button so you can keep up to date with all the latest transfer news and more from one single daily dose. Let's jump straight into this morning show, and it, of course, it's all about the Bryan Mbeumo deal. Everyone's been talking about this for weeks. Everyone, and look, there's one consensus between all Man United fans I've heard, which is that they actually like this guy, Bryan Mbeumo. I've not heard any single person, any fan of Man United turn around and say, I don't think he's good enough. I don't think United should be paying this. Look, 70 million, yes, it's on the high side, but is he worth 70 million? I think he is. I think if you start looking around the market, start looking around every other clubs, what they're paying and stuff, proven Premier League player, can get goals, can get assists, I think he'll just be perfect and slot into Man United perfectly. Let us know in the comments below, number one, if you think he's worth 70 million, or do you think United are being strong-armed again? Do you think they're having their pants pulled down again and they're having to pay this extra tax? Of course, look, I agree. Man United always pay extra. I would have loved for United to just sign him for about 62 million. It would have been a perfect signing. But we are Man United. We cannot change this overnight where we get taxed. The only realistic time we can start negotiating hard and sticking to our guns is when we don't really need to improve our team. This is probably one of the most crucial summer transfer markets we've had for many years, where we know absolutely Man United are in the dumps. We know that we have finished in the bottom half of the Premier League table. We are nowhere in Europe, and we need to desperately improve our team or we're going to carry on falling and falling harder. So that's why we need to go out there and sign players. Look, we know Ruben Amorim's already said that this is the worst United team ever in history. We've also heard from Jim Ratcliffe, and he agrees. He's already said, yes, this isn't a good set of players. He's not happy with the United players. He even thinks Bruno Fernandes isn't even good. So that tells you where Jim Ratcliffe sits. But they've yet not signed anybody. Both the manager, obviously, who's been pushing, Ruben Amorim's been pushing to get new signings in, but Jim Ratcliffe hasn't put his money where his mouth is, has he? He's just sat there thinking, right, okay, we're going to squabble over £1-2 million. Look, this seems like this is the final bid. If this bid is rejected by Brentford, I can't see United going back in there and making increased offer. I don't think they're going to do that. I think they genuinely have reached their tipping point, which is 70 million. We believe that 65 million plus 5 million in add-ons. That is how they've structured the deal. But again, we're not quite sure how the payment terms might work. It might work in installments or not. We're not sure. But of course, we'll get details of that if the deal is agreed. Now, this increased bid by Man United going in for Bryan Mbeumo to Brentford just immediately gave some positivity to Man United fans, got us all excited, and we are looking forward to getting our second signing. I cannot see how Brentford would reject this offer unless they've got other plans. We are hearing that the reason why Man United have gone in for Bryan Mbeumo again and made this increased bid is because Newcastle are sniffing around for Wissa. He is obviously another player from Brentford that could be sold this summer, but Brentford can't afford to lose both. So they really, I think they've accepted that they might lose Mbeumo, but then they don't want to sell anybody else. Now, if Newcastle come in and make a huge bid for Wissa, then they're definitely not going to let go of Bryan Mbeumo, and that's where the problem lies. That's why Man United had to pivot really quickly, had to go in there, make the increased offer and try and get this deal done. I'm hoping by end of today we get the news. Here we go now. Brian Bumo to Man United. The deal has been agreed, and that's it. Because we know personal terms have already been agreed. It's just about the valuation, and it was been back and forth, negotiation, back and forth, and most of the nitty-gritty details have been worked out. It was just the final sum, and this could be it. This could be the turning point, the tipping point for even Brentford. Even they might have to come out and accept this. Even Buemo's made it public that he is happy with this bid. He thinks it's a fair bid, and Brentford should accept it. Not that that will make any difference, but of course he's saying, look, this is a top offer, and you don't want a disgruntled player, do you, in your dressing room? You'd rather sell Buemo rather than keep him against his will, and he's just going to sulk for the rest of the season. That's what I think. But let us know in the comments below what you think about this deal. How much positivity has it injected in you guys? I'm absolutely buzzing, and the best thing about it is that as soon as you get this deal done, you can start looking elsewhere at new deals and new players and new transfers, and that's when Benjamin Sesko comes into it. Apparently a new link with Sesko has opened up. Many people believe that Man United will, once they get this deal done from Bryan Mbeumo, will move on to Sesko. I find that very difficult to believe right now. I'm hoping that that is the case, as long as we can sell some players, get that money, generate that income, and then go out there and get Sesko. He would be a perfect player, and apparently, again, we're having reports that he prefers Man United. He prefers coming to the Premier League and wants to play for Man United. I'm going to have to reserve my position on that. I'm not quite sure. I need to read a bit more, need to find out from sources if that is the case, because I've not heard anything. This is the first time this morning I'm hearing that Sesko is interested in Man United. If that is the case, that is huge news, because again, just like Bryan Mbeumo, it would make the life of Man United and the negotiators a lot easier. But of course, we will bring you any breaking news on Sesko as soon as we can. But of course, right now, our attentions are all on the Bryan Mbeumo deal. Another deal that we've been talking about for about a week or two now is the Emi Martinez deal. Yes, Aston Villa goalkeeper could be on his way to Old Trafford. We've been talking about this because, number one, United need a new goalkeeper, and number two, it's made it even more important because Andre Onana's been injured and he's out for months, and United need another top first team goalkeeper, and in steps Emi Martinez. I'm hearing that United actually can trigger his release clause and get him. Again, we have to wait. I think United are waiting. They need to get the Mbeumo deal done, and then they'll move on, because I don't think they want to start going around throwing their money, whatever money they've got left, at other transfers before they've finalised the Bryan Mbeumo deal. That's what it is. So as soon as we get this done, I think United will move faster on the other deals that are left, like the Emi Martinez and hopefully a striker. But fingers crossed we can get more players in. On players leaving United, Jadon Sancho looks set to go to Juventus. We are very close on getting a here we go on him. Rashford, on the other hand, not quite sure what's going on with him. We're getting ups and downs with him. Barcelona are playing a very tricky game, staying very quiet on this deal, not showing their hand at the moment, but we believe that Barcelona are interested in signing Marcus Rashford on a loan deal. That's what we're being told. But again, if this is the case, does that suit United? I don't think it does. I don't think sending Marcus Rashford out on loan suits United. I think they need to push for a sale, and they need to push Barcelona for a sale. They clearly had that money when they were looking at Nico Williams, so there's somewhere they've got that money. So United need to push them and say, no, you had that money. You were gonna buy Nico Williams. Now put that money towards Marcus Rashford. Stop messing us about with taking him out on a loan. Just take the guy, buy him, and then the rest is history. That is it for today's show, guys. Make sure you hit the like button on this video. Make sure you subscribe. You watching the Man United Stream channel by the fans for the fans.